More trouble for NBA star Ja Morant. He's been suspended again after a video online shows him holding a gun.
You made a mistake, bro. Mistakes have been made. Everybody's made mistakes. But these same people are going to be the same people that if something was to happen to you and you didn't have a gun and something happened to you, they're going to be the first people to say, damn.
Yeah, Ja Morant need to go to jail or they need to send him to the military. They need to send his ass right now over there and let him join that Russian and goddamn me Ukrainian war.
How do you feel about him, you know, allegedly throwing up Crip multiple times?
I don't 6-0, run it in, you know what's up. He ain't with the gangland like that. You throwing them ends up, that's gonna cost you, nigga. That's what I was gonna say anyway. That's gonna cost you anyway. What you wanna do, pay the Crips for the rest of your life? Cause that's gonna cost you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never been to the 60s, nigga. You keep throwing up ends and all that shit when you get throwing up C's and all that, nigga. You ain't even from this shit. You ain't even from this shit, no way, shape, or form. Like, when you get put on to Memphis, dead homies. Like, come on, let's be real, cuz. Like, start being real with yourself. You a basketball player, cuz you want to come step into this field, we can show you a whole lot about this shit. Matter of fact, set up a meeting for me and Ja Morant since he want to be a Crip. So I bet you he don't never show up. And it's on some friendly shit. I don't got no beef with you, Ja. You like the face of like the NBA. You like the new face of the NBA, and you with this. You claim you a part of the culture, man. Be the positive side of the culture like you been. You don't got no felonies. You didn't grow up fucking shit up and all that. You might have smoked some weed or whatever the case is, but come pull up on me. Look, we gonna hang out this summer on the off season. Since you wanna be with this, dead homies, I bet you don't be picking up my phone and all that, because our regular life, our regular everyday life, you gonna be scared of, and then you gonna be thinking that we putting you in the middle of that, but we just coming to kick it and all that. Like, you gonna see all this aggression and you gonna see how we really act, like, you know what I'm saying? But this is just us being normal, no problems or nothing. You're not gonna wanna be a part of that, so stop acting like that's what you wanna be a part of. When them fades get issued out, when the ops come slide, do you really wanna be a part of this? With 200 million? Let me know something. Like, nigga, stop throwing that shit up. Like, nigga, don't f with you. Draymond give back to the community, so it's like when Draymond do it, like, hey, man, all right, hey, you shouting us out in a positive way because you over here giving, you give backpacks, you give food. Nigga, our kids ain't never benefited off of Ja Morant. What is you throwing that shit up on it? Like, come on, bro. You get what I'm saying? And then you throwing up 60s and you kicking it with, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's your end? Quando Rondo? Who do you know over here? Come on, my boy.
Like, don't fall into that trap that these people doing on TV. Saying, cause he ain't no thug. Cause he ain't in the street, he ain't about that. He ain't no gang, you don't want that. How y'all know you don't want, y'all know that boy? Do y'all know that boy? Cause I don't. I know him from dunking and jumping, and I only started knowing him when I started paying attention to him around his last year of college.
There have been many storylines in the NBA this season, and not all of them were the ones that people expected in one measure or another. Typically, stories from the league involve key injuries, teams doing better or worse than they were expected to when the season started, and whether certain players are due for an explosion in production or going to retire soon. However, with the 2022-2023 season, many have had eyes on the Memphis Grizzlies and their star player in Ja Morant. He's been part of numerous incidents, and it's now come to a head in a way that has gotten him suspended. We'll break it down for you, but first be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Number 4, the gun on social media. So let's get right to the madness. The Memphis Grizzlies have suspended Ja Morant from all team activities after a video showing the star guard holding a gun began circulating on social media Saturday night. The Grizzlies announced the suspension, which is pending a league review, in a statement Sunday, 2 months after the NBA suspended Morant over a similar incident. The team did not provide further comment at the time. We're aware of the social media post involving Ja Morant and are in the process of gathering more information, NBA spokesperson Mike Bass said in a statement Sunday. On Saturday, during an Instagram live session on Morant's friend Devontae Pack's account, the All-Star flashed a handgun while driving and singing along with a rap song. The video has since been deleted for obvious reasons if you can't tell. Morant left the Grizzlies and entered a counseling program in March after a video showed him holding a gun while intoxicated at a Denver club when the Grizzlies were in town to play the Nuggets. He was eventually suspended 8 games after meeting with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who called Morant's conduct irresponsible, reckless, and potentially very dangerous.
We spoke for a long time about not just the consequences that could have on his career, but the safety issues around it. Could have injured, maimed, killed himself, someone else.
At the time of the suspension, Morant told ESPN in an interview that he realizes what I have to lose, and he said he would try to be more responsible and staying away from all the bad decisions. Morant has been involved in several off-court incidents over the past year. He's being sued by a high school prospect after a fight during a pickup game in Morant's backyard, where Morant and Pack are alleged to have punched the boy in the head. The teenager told police that Morant entered his house after the fight and came back outside with a gun in his waistband. Pack was banned from attending games at Memphis's FedEx Forum after a post-game confrontation with the Pacers traveling party. Pack was escorted out of his courtside seat after stepping onto the floor during the game to confront Pacers players. After the game, following an argument between Morant's associates and members of the Pacers traveling party in the arena's loading dock area, a red laser was pointed from an SUV in which Morant was riding. An NBA investigation could not corroborate that any individual threatened others with a weapon. In the wake of the Grizzlies' first-round playoff elimination, Morant said he needed to be more disciplined. I've just got to be better with my decision-making, he said after a 125-85 loss to the Lakers on April 28th. That's pretty much it. Off-the-court issues affected us as an organization. Pretty much just need more discipline. Morant's 5-year, $194 million max contract is set to begin this coming season. It could have escalated to a supermax if he made All-NBA this season. He was not voted onto that team, which cost him about $39 million in future earnings. He has endorsement deals with Nike and Powerade, though the sports drink company pulled an ad featuring Morant almost immediately after the March video emerged. Morant averaged 26.2 points this season and helped Memphis secure the number 2 seed in the Western Conference playoffs. But that didn't help much, as he was not only bounced from the first round against the Lakers, but he himself was injured during that series. This is a major disappointment on the sports side of things, because many felt that the Memphis Grizzlies could have been serious contenders for the title, but instead Morant's disruptions kept making things worse, and they didn't even come close to living up to their potential in the playoffs. But naturally, people are more concerned with Ja Morant the person versus the player, which is the right way to think about things, especially in light of these new developments, ones that directly counteract what Morant said in the interview we mentioned earlier. Number 3. The interview. Ja Morant said that he doesn't condone any type of violence during an ESPN sit-down after the initial gun incident, just hours after he was temporarily suspended by the NBA for waving a gun around at a strip club. It's not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence, but I've taken responsibility for my actions, the embattled Grizzlies star told NBA analyst Jalen Rose on ESPN's NBA Countdown. I put myself in a bad position, he said. Morant claimed the gun he brandished on a March 4th Instagram live video didn't belong to him, but admits it was foolish to grab the weapon for the world to see. Morant apologized, his second regarding the incident, to his teammates and family for putting that negativity towards all of us with a known bad decision. I'm gonna show everyone who Ja really is, what I'm about, and change this narrative that nobody got painted over me, he promised. I realized I have a lot of kids who look up to me, even some adults, a lot of fans, and I realized my past mistakes in being a good role model. So, just gotta be better in that area, be more responsible, be smarter, and make better decisions. The 23-year-old guard told Rose he spent 11 days talking with a therapist and trying to learn from his mistakes. I feel good mentally, Morant said. I was constantly talking to therapists. I've been doing Reiki treatment. I'm doing anxiety breathing, different stuff to help me manage that and release all that stuff from my body. Rose was gentle with Morant and said he emphasized with his activities and even admitted to visiting the same strip club during his time as an NBA player. Rose said Morant was likely caught up with the spoils of fame, but reminded the 4-season player he's not only risking the rest of his career, but his life. He has way too much to lose, Rose said on ESPN's NBA Countdown at the time. Trust me, I've been that young player carrying a gun. When you start waving it, that can get you killed. That's an entirely different thing than we're talking about. A superstar shouldn't be putting themselves in that position. The sad thing about about this interview is that while it felt sincere, it's now been completely undermined by what happened this past weekend. Not only did Morant brandish another gun, he did it in a way that proved he didn't care about what Jalen Rose, his therapists, or anyone else said he should to improve his life. He intentionally put himself in a position to be near a gun and then waved it around. And the fact that he did it and then the video got posted indicates that he wasn't aware of being filmed, which means that he might have done other things like this in the past, and we just don't know it. Plus, it also shows he's rather stupid when it comes to social media. Sadly, that's something that many people have issues with, but few of them involving having guns like this. Number 2, immaturity. So what does this all boil down to? Most would say it's immaturity, and that can be rooted through one or two choices that Ja Morant has made over the last 6 years of his life. Yes, we said 6 years, because while he's only been in the NBA for 4 seasons, he was in college for 2. He went to Murray State and proved that you don't have to go to a big name school to make a big impact. But as many have noted about numerous players across major sports, the ability for college students and sometimes even high school students to go right from the lower leagues to the big leagues, where they can be flooded with money if they're drafted high enough, can cause issues. The biggest one is that the lesson they can learn in college either aren't a focus or aren't taught to them because they're not there that long. 2 years can teach you things, but it's not 4 years. And yes, it's fair to think that even those who go all 4 years won't be mature enough for the league, but that's also something that's harder to show when you see plenty of ones and dones do stupid things right off the bat, or once they're raking in the money. Money and power can make people do stupid things, and this proves it. The second problem was who Morant chose to align himself with in regard to his posse. The moment he got in trouble the first time this season, he should have either distanced himself from those who got him in trouble, or he should have cut him off completely. Instead, he got into trouble with the same person who got him in serious trouble the first time, showing no growth on Morant's part. It doesn't matter what age you are, if you hang around with the wrong crowd, it's gonna backfire on you. Number 1. What happens to Morant now? Well, there's going to be an investigation into Morant and see what kind of action needs to be taken so that this can't and won't happen again. More than likely, he'll get punishment for the beginning of next season, as the Grizzlies are done for right now. But no matter how you look at it, that's a bad look for Morant, the league, and everything in between. And there you have it, everyone. A look at what's going on with Ja Morant and how this latest suspension is going to affect his future with the league. Do you think that he shouldn't have put himself in that position? Do you think that there's more going on here with Morant than we realized? What do you think will happen when the investigation into this gets done? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.